All right, hey, hi, and hello, boys and girls. What is going on? It is Bob. Welcome to a new video that I don't normally do. That's not true. I've done these more than a few times in a row. So, hi, what's happening? Now, it's time for the yearly tradition, as you know it. The year in review, New Year's resolutions, new year, new me, all that dumb stuff. I can't say what I was about to say because YouTube is currently cracking down on swearing. It's not hitting me too hard, but we'll probably cover it as we go through. So, what's up? It is time to cover New Year's things. Now, I want to say first and foremost that YouTube for this channel in 2022 has actually been, most of the time you wouldn't think it was actually pretty going well grand scale, but surprisingly no, it's actually been pretty solid all around. Honestly, not that bad of a year. I will say that there probably could have been more. But then I'm like, yeah, I don't think there was as much I could have done. But then I look at the list, I'm like, oh, we actually were pretty bad this year, weren't we? So yeah, I always love doing these. I want to just cap off something really fast. Or start off with something, not cap off. I think it means ending. Already something that's pretty cool that I didn't think would actually happen. You see this little guy right here? By the way, that's that Twitch chat you see down there. That's not for me. That's for the past video for the recording for Storm. Anyway, this is really cool. So you probably know what this is. This is a PlayStation Vita. If you're young and don't know what this is, I don't blame you. It failed horribly for Sony, so probably no one really knows what it is. But I want to point something out. Both Brandon and my Vita had the same issue where the OLED, the screen completely fucking died. I think I'm deep enough into the video to swear by now. But if you check it out, Taylor brought it on herself to actually completely fix the Vita screen. I can't believe I get to play the Vita now in 2023. But hey, you know what? Weird things have happened. So that's pretty cool. Already got something to look forward to. I'm definitely going to put a lot of emulators on this thing. I realized while I was playing my Switch, going back on 5-hour flights, I'm like, yeah, I need something to actually last me long term. So, a couple things to go over. The very, very cool things. So the things we have done in 2022. Pretty good things actually. First of all, 4K subs. Thank you guys so much for all the follows and support. I know that I did say that I would do the entirety of GNTEX when we did that, and we are currently working on that. It just so happens we got to that at a pretty bad time. I went on vacation in both Thanksgiving and Christmas. Since the pandemic's dying down a little bit over here in the States, just a little bit, not too crazy. I went on two different vacations, one November, one December. Both were to go see family I haven't seen in a while. Unfortunately, we hit 4K like around October, I think. Something like that. It was either October or November. My brain's a little bit fuzzy on those numbers. It was around the end of Storm Generations, so it was around the ballpark, but either way, we have EX1 recorded. This coming Saturday, we're going to do EX2. Be sure to tune in to Twitch for that. That'll be very cool. Oh, and speaking of Twitch, 200 followers on Twitch. Thank you so much for that as well. I know 200 might seem like chump change compared to 4,000 on YouTube, but considering that on YouTube there usually isn't huge engagement because of, daily uploads as it is, I'm not too horribly put off by that. That's honestly still 5% of my YouTube audience over on Twitch is still really cool. That means that usually there's someone in chat at all times, generally speaking. So it makes it so that I don't feel like talking to myself most of the time, depending on what time it is. Also on Twitch, I managed to migrate most of my Twitch. Sorry, I already misspeaking. Go figure. I managed to migrate most of my workload over to Twitch as it is. It used to be, you wouldn't believe this. I used to do pretty much everything offline between myself, Brandon. I remember like when I first started doing YouTube, what I would do is I would actually like, this is a true story. I would take like my blue snowball, the microphone. I would actually put it onto like an ironing board and elevate it to my height, sitting on in a chair. So it would look like the goofiest thing ever, but it worked. It was silly, but it worked. So, yeah. It wasn't until I think, what was it, late last year that, well, not as in like late 2021, that I actually started moving towards Twitch because I got a full-time job that's during the day and not at night. So I figured it would just kind of work out better. And with the games we're going to be doing anyway, I was like, we kind of need to do it like this anyway. I wasn't going to be very bored, and recording's going to suck. I figured I might as well bring you guys on board with this as well. Make it more of a community thing, you know what? You know what? So yeah, that was really cool. God, Raging Blast 1 and Raging Blast 2 definitely needed that. I've also managed to reboot my Patreon a little bit. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you may remember that we used to do a thing called Patreon plays, where basically I have like an amount of like potential playthroughs of like modded games of silly things queued up for people to vote on for me to do. Maybe it's because I was doing it offline. Maybe it's because I was trying to do basically blind recordings. I just didn't feel it, and honestly, trying to reduce cell phone recordings is a bit of a pain in the ass. So I'm like, yeah, kind of just stopped doing them. Also, because a lot of things happening in my life just made it not very fun to do. So yeah, I have been using Patreon more as like a behind-the-scenes kind of thing, like monthly uploads, set to unlisted, and only sharing it to patrons. Patrons, of course, all 2 of them. You should go follow me over there, by the way. But yeah, it's been really good. I've been giving like the insiders, I guess, quote unquote, the deets on what's happening coming up in advance, because I don't usually open up about that. If you follow me on Discord, I'll sometimes say what I'm working on, but I'll never give like an exact upload schedule. Patreon, I'm a little more on the ball about that. But yeah, I guess also, like we just mentioned earlier, we did 2 of the biggest projects that were ever going to happen for this channel. Raging Blast 1 and 2. Raging Blast 2 is already done recording. Like, you guys are getting on YouTube, that was like the more early stuff. Raging Blast, did I say that right? Yeah. Raging Blast 2 is already done recording. We're working on the EX series passively right now. Good stuff. Oh, and also, yeah, we're going to be doing GT transformation after those are done recording, because it is what I promised. So, yeah. We got our hands full for a while. Go figure. Yeah, Raging Blast 1 was not going to happen solo or offline. I had to do that on stream. And that's why, since I'm living in an apartment with a good internet, I'm able to do that. Very good stuff. Where am I at right now? Oh, yeah. Sengoku Basara 3, speaking of which, is also done. Very good stuff. I'm very glad Sengoku Basara 3 is done. Brandon has been wanting to do that forever. It was a cool experiment. We did get a lot of engagement with the actual Basara community. It was really cool. There's not like a lot of views on it. I wasn't expecting a lot of views anyway. I think that more so the thing that drained me overall was just like how long it took to edit it. I know I didn't really edit it much anyway, just basically make sure audio is synced, and that's about it. But still, it did kind of gas me after a while, but you know, it's whatever. Speaking of Brandon, I almost have live stream recording with him settled. He's kind of in a dubious situation with his parents where it's hard to get a constantly wired connection. And I do feel that. It took me a while to get a good Ethernet connection as well, moving between houses like all the damn time. But we're working on it. We kind of, when I moved away from Arizona, we started doing this thing where we were doing like post commentary recordings, like brain scratch commentary style, which did work out pretty well. I think those are still pretty fun. I will not deny that, but there is definitely like a certain magic to be had from doing things like in real time. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Anyway, let me just scroll down my list over here for other things. Yeah, again, like I said, I thought there was less that we did this year, but I guess 2022 lasted way longer than I thought it did, because overall, there's a lot of things we did. A lot of ground covered. Holy hell. This is why you want to keep these things in perspective, you know? Like, you don't think you covered as much ground as you did, but then you start listing it out, and it's like, oh, there's a good amount of stuff here, actually. Holy crap. Okay, cool. We also got back in, oh, sorry, that's not it, too fast. We also started tackling a new series in Ghost in the Shell, which is a very fun personal undertaking I did, because I've always had the PS2 game, and I did the PSP game like over emulator, because that was kind of fun-ish, I guess. I don't do a lot of first-person shooters outside Metroid Prime, so it was kind of a fun side project. Ghost in the Shell PS2 was also kind of fun also. Not a lot of viewage, but it's cool. Usually these things get a lot more views in the long run because a lot of people started coming around to it. It's kind of like what happened with like Vampire Hunter D, Samurai Champloo. I was about to say Afro Samurai. I've not done it yet. Don't know if I will. A couple other things. We got back into JoJo. You might remember, actually it's one of my most viewed videos, funny enough, the All-Star Battle playthrough. I don't know why the new game doesn't have single player, by the way. It's kind of weird. Not even delay base, not even rollback netcode either. Wacky. Thank you, Namco. But anyway, we fired up Phantom Blood, which was a pretty cool game to mess around with. That was once again post-commentary, and the game was kind of rough to get through. The practice run on Twitch was also kind of excruciating as well sometimes. Ugh. But it was cool to get back into it. There are plans to get to the Part 5 game. I'm a little too behind other things right now, and the Part 5 game, with like how often it shifts gameplay styles, it's a bit of a mess, so that's why I haven't gone back to it just yet. It's a little arduous, but hoping we can eventually get to it. Maybe. And I guess one thing that's personal, and I'll talk about this more later, I'm kind of getting back into Tekken, like big time into Tekken. Enough that I want to actually compete at locals right now, and I've done well enough that I've gotten the highest rank I've ever gotten in Tekken 7 right now, or any Tekken game, which is Savior rank, which, if you look at the overall scale of it, isn't very high. Orange ranks are pretty low on the totem pole, but I've never even escaped green ranks before because, like I said, I've always moved between houses with terrible internet, so being able to dedicate myself to actually getting good at it, it's felt nice. It's felt really nice. The last 10 years of me learning Tekken have not been a waste, basically. And one other thing that's kind of funny, actually. Why am I listening to Cosmos right now? I just realized that. Hold up. I'll take Dara Live, why not? One small thing that it was actually very funny. We saw it at the very beginning of this video, funny enough, at 11:36. It was back, it would have been back around here. So I started doing a thing. I have I have like a green screen overlay for an anime YouTube sub button popping up. Now, I was a little hesitant to do that first, but when we got to 3,900 subscribers, I'm like, I should probably start pushing for this. And go figure, the video stopped playing because my life is hell. Alright, come on, YouTube. Please start working again. That'd be very nice. It can't be my GPU. No? 480p? Come on. Maybe? My B-roll footage is already dead. I don't even know why. I think YouTube is just being dumb. Nothing horribly surprising there either. Whatever. I guess we'll just have to do this in the dark. But yeah, I started having a subscription button in the bottom. Actually, wait, no, I have videos about this. I have videos about this, but I have this in videos. So I might as well just show that there. Just give me a moment. Okay. That's not it. Well, it is, but I didn't want to open with VLC. Windows Media Players. Sure, why not? Yeah, so now every 10 seconds into a YouTube video, I will actually have a subscribe button animate down in the bottom left corner. I figured I went with that one because it's the least noisy and it just kind of conveys the point. And honestly, yeah, surprisingly, it does kind of work. Like, you wouldn't think so, but actively asking people to subscribe does actually work. I was skeptical about that at first. I was like, I don't want to tarnish my videos more than I already do with the overlay chat, but accidentally kind of working. So, go figure. Yeah, let's just kill this. This is not working. I'll just do what I was doing with this anyway. Best laid plans of mice and men, or whatever that saying is. All right, yeah, let's just have this going here. So that is overall everything that's happened in 2022 that's notable that I can think of. There's definitely some more things that probably happened throughout the year that I'm not thinking of offhand, but those are the major things I would like to gravitate towards. Now, the New Year's goals. And unfortunately, I kind of combined all the big things and the small things. We're going to start with the big things. First of all, 5,000 subscribers. That might seem like a tall order given my channel's lifespan and how we only just passed 4,000. But honestly, I think it could happen. Depending on what I tackle this year, I think it's doable. I think it's very doable, honestly. Especially with some things that are coming up in the year, like GNT-EX and stuff like that. And hell, even Raging Blast 2 is not doing too badly. I'm very glad about that. Honestly, I think it's doable. I think it's totally possible. I'm also gonna gun for 300 followers on Twitch. I'm not sure how viable that will be, But hey, we can certainly aim for the stars. Why the hell not? And also, every time you pass like 50 followers on Twitch, there'll be a different playthrough that'll be assigned. So that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's not have Subhuman playing right now. Yeah, focus. That works. Let's see. There's also some things I need to work on. This is a big one. I'm gonna make a new YouTube channel. Now, this isn't to say I'm nuking this channel whatsoever. God no. I would. If I lost this channel, I would not play catch up whatsoever. It would basically just be an end game for me. If for some reason my channel got nuked. No, it's gonna be a new separate channel for fighting game content. I realize again that while I myself love fighting games, not everyone that I follow or that follows me loves fighting games to the same capacity. So I was like, you know what? Let's just make a new side channel dedicated to Tekken, Dragon Ball FighterZ when it happens, stuff like that. I was debating between that and Yu-Gi-Oh content, and while the Yu-Gi-Oh content is definitely doable, given I play a lot of Master Duel and stuff like that, I don't know. I think I'd get more value out of legacy knowledge from fighting games in general, but that is just me. And I'm probably going to call Jericho FGC. Probably. But that's not here nor there. So, next thing for the new year that I'm probably going to work on. I might start doing videos in 2K. Now, I'm hearing that apparently... Alright, let me just start from the beginning. So, I hear that 1080p video for YouTube isn't actually great for the quality anymore. There's like some older codec YouTube uses for videos in 1080p that makes them kind of more artifacty. And I've just been thinking that, hey, I have literally a 2K monitor. You know what? Maybe I should just go ahead and show this off. Why not? I have a literal 2K monitor I sit in front of like all the time. And I think I can actually sit in front of a 2K window to record that now. It's probably doable. And apparently YouTube does some different codec for 2K videos that make them look way better. Like, incredibly so. So I'm debating on actually doing that. It's definitely doable with my current hardware. I think I need to upgrade the GPU. It's currently a GTX 1650 Super, which is good. It's alright. I got good specs otherwise, but I think I need to upgrade to at least like a 2 or 3000 series GPU before I do that. Maybe, but it should still be doable with like Dolphin or something. I don't know. I'll get back to that idea later on. Anyway, I need to upgrade some stream setups. What am I trying to say? I need to upgrade my stream setup and just optimize some more backend stuff. So basically, if I try to switch, as an example right now, if I try to go to my source that has my full webcam screen, bam, nothing. So basically, I'm kind of just stuck with this. And there's a lot of things I need to prioritize with figuring things out for Twitch and OBS. OBS especially is a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. I've gotten it down mostly well. The reason I'm able to do Twitch so comfortably right now is because I'm able to separate all the audio channels. That took a surprising amount of time to figure out. I don't have a lot of friends who stream. And even and the ones I do have, they don't talk to me very often. So I need to figure out things that I'm not doing. And just kind of optimize the setup, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anything else? I'm currently... Whoop, I don't have my window up, no wonder. Right. It's more of a thing that's more of an idea. I kind of want to host like online events or like net play for various games like Heat the Soul. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going with that idea. Maybe just like hosting some like net play sessions for people to just jump on and play. I'm thinking about it. Maybe getting back into GNT4. Who the hell knows? It would be nice. I've been talking to the GNT guys on the server again, and they're really cool. Like, I feel like the more outgoing, weird guys are kind of more in the super GNT4 server. Meanwhile, like, all the guys I can talk to regularly are on the regular server. I will try to start doing things with them. Who knows? Anyway, also, I know Heat 7 has a good online community going. I'll probably try to do things with that, maybe. Other thing, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is coming back. Big time. Patreon knows what's happening. I'm not going to give you guys an immediate lead into what we're doing unless you follow me on $3 actually no, not even $3 a month. If you follow me on Patreon and support even like a $1 a month there, you'll know what's happening. But until then, let me just say Yu-Gi-Oh! Is coming back in a big way. In fact, this upcoming year might be just a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Content in general. I've gotten a little bit good at the game since I left off. I got into Plat 5 before in Master Duel. I could probably do much higher than that if I actually play more, but yeah. I could probably crack diamond with my current teams, but you know, details. Any are we, oh my god, we're on the other city of song. Holy crap. It's too sappy. Not right now. Pumpkin Hill, hell yes. Other thing, and this is getting more towards the back end now. These are less important things, but things I want to consider anyway. I want to get blue ranks at least in Tekken. Now, my current goal is to get to red ranks with Tekken. That way, like, you know, Genbu, Byakko, stuff like that. Getting to those ranks, I feel like I would already be off to a good start. Let me just illustrate for you guys exactly what that looks like. For anyone who's looking at this podcast style, I'm sorry. You'll just have to bear with my explanation. But basically, come on, open image, new tab. Thank you. Basically, I'm currently right here, Savior rank. I want to get to at least here where I can say I'm kind of alright at the game, which is red ranks. I want to get, I think my overall goal is to get to blue ranks or maybe even purple ranks. Obviously, if I can get to Tekken God Omega, that would be cool. I don't imagine that'll happen, but I don't know. It is definitely possible. Maybe. Other thing is I hope to maybe compete in Tokyo. Talking's hard. Man, I don't know why you guys follow me. I'm bad talking sometimes. But maybe that's part of the charm, I don't know. I want to at least compete in locals for Tekken. There's a good scene for it around here in Seattle, so hopefully I can do stuff with them. And last but not least, we got word of it. It's happening at some point. Don't know when. But if we could get some of that rollback netcode for Dragon Ball FighterZ, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ is like my other project right now. I'm putting way more stock into Tekken for the time being because, you know, it's the game I have a lot more knowledge with. And it's also got much better netcode, like much better netcode. A lot of matches I have these days in online, they feel like they're in the same room as me. Is that rock solid? It's so good. But yeah, that just about covers it. And just to, again, to illustrate how many of these there are, Jesus Christ, there's so many things that we've covered and will cover. It's an amount. I'm hoping that we can get this. This would be cool. This is definitely gonna happen. And from there on, there's just things that hopefully will happen. Well, this is happening, but you know, details. And I hope to get this. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. New year, whatever. Time's relative. It's just a good benchmark. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go peace out and start editing this. Hope you have a good one. Boy.